Hey everyone, it's Dr. Detroit here. The doctor is in, and welcome back to our F1 2023 full. Take two. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Detroit here. The doctor is in, and welcome back to our F1 2023 career mode. Alright, this time around we are out of the Middle East, and now we're heading to a land down under for the Australian Grand Prix. If you guys missed the last race, we won that one in this mighty Ferrari. Our teammate received Driver of the Day, and we currently have a 22-point lead ahead in the Drivers' Championship and in the Constructors' Championship. So we need to continue this success and keep on going, because the next couple of races are going to be really, really tricky for us. You can see we have another Pirelli Hot Lap coming up, which is going to be pretty cool. But we have a ton of upgrades coming to this car. They're not going to be coming for this race, except for those two, the ignition system and the cable assembly. But at the next race, which is going to be in Azerbaijan, we will have a plethora, we'll most likely have a plethora of big stuff that'll be coming to the car. So it'll be our first major upgrade of the season. So let's go ahead and advance the time a little bit, so we can get to the Pirelli Hot Lap, because I think you guys would want to see it.
The new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have
Marketing
with us for
department.
the next Grand Prix.
This department has requested your attendance at today's meeting to help them resolve an issue. Marketing department. All right, let's go to the event and see what's up. Let's see. Who do you consider to be your rival? Oh, this is where we're going to have to choose. For right now, let's see. Recent seasons have witnessed some of the closest things. How about Sergio? Let's go ahead and go with him. So our new rival is Sergio Perez.
To pass on their thanks for helping out.
Yeah, I didn't want to go with Verstappen just yet, because we'll wait until we get a little bit better car. Okay, so here we are, the Pirelli Hot Lap, which will be in the Mercedes AMG, and you can see we can skip it in advance. But you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and do it? Because I bet you guys would really enjoy watching it. Ooh, it's going to be in the wet. I wonder if that's going to mean the same thing for us for the Australian GP, because we've never raced a wet race yet in this series. But here we go. Let's see what we can do. So 3 rounds, and we just got to average up to 93 miles an hour. All right, let's do it. All right, let's see what happens here. Really cautious. Okay, nice and easy through here. Just try to see if we can keep that average up as best we can. Coming out of the corner. Come on, baby. There you go. Okay, nice and easy. Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty easy, I think, except it's not. So let's see here. Oh, it took me right off the course. God damn it. Really? Of course. And look, right there. Right fucking there. Alright. Take 2. They always make these challenges so difficult. Like, I think they borrowed a page from, I think they borrowed a page from Gran Turismo or something. I don't know. But let's see if we can make this happen here. Yeah, it's a little bit better. This time around, let's see if we can make it just be a little bit better. Don't go off the course, you fool. I'm gonna do it way back here. Come on, baby. There you go. Oh god. Come on. Dang it. Well, alright. So that's a silver. Shoot. Alright. See if we can do this again and try and get a gold. Oh no, are you kidding me? Really? Really? Didn't even give us any chances. Didn't give us any frickin' chances. Didn't even give us a single chance to fix that. Like, as soon as the car was turning left, it wasn't good. Well, anyway. But at least now we know what's coming up next. So let me go get this car qualified and practiced, and I'll meet you guys on the grid momentarily.
Welcome to Melbourne, and welcome to the Australian sun. We're still getting used to some track revisions here, but the core hasn't changed. This is a beloved classic of the F1 calendar, and it's time for the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. It's a combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners, making it a very tricky track when it comes to overtaking. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Fernando Alonso, the scientist, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Joe, Ocon, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Tsunoda, De Vries, and Logan Sargent. And now it's time to head down to the track. And a warm welcome, of course, to my co-commentator here today. It's Natalie Pinkham. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
What a quality performance. The big question, though, is how does that translate on race day? Can they hold on to that lead? A couple of favourites for the win today, then, but who comes out on top doesn't really matter as long as they give us an entertaining show en route to the checkered flag. And we want to see fair fighting, of course, out there on track, so let's hope the stewards don't have to get involved too much today.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, as you saw, we qualified 9th because we are struggling. Slippery surface, good lord, this car just does not want to grip. So, it looks like we may have to go with the default strategy here again. Now, there is the alternate strategy, but that just means more pit stops, so I don't think we want to do that. But this car setup has been really, really weird, and I'm not fully sure why it's like that. But I'm gonna give, I don't know if I should do anything more with this. This is a limitless setup that I got, so we're just gonna have to see how this all works, because this is the furthest back I've started so far this year. Because we did get 2 poles, one at Jeddah and then one at the other race, and this is going to be a little stretch of tracks that I'm not looking forward to. So we got to make sure that we score some points, because those Red Bull cars are up at the top of the heap. So if you're ready, and you look ready, let's just get this underway. So we'll go into the formation lap. We are in some very interesting territory here. But obviously our team...
how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
Yeah, well, unfortunately the tires are going to be absolute bullcrap. Anyway, it's a 29-lap race. I don't really feel that confident here with us because, well, Australia... Oh, Jesus. Really? Why did you guys slow... Starting position reset. Oh, because we collided with Alonso? Oh my god. But that wasn't our fault.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
So what are we supposed to do? So they're just gonna hold us right here? Okay then. So that means we don't get to go anywhere. Neither does Fernando Alonso. Alright, well, let's see what happens. I guess we don't get to participate in it, so that means now the rest of the cars will go.
Okay, so not an ideal parking spot, but let's try and get a good launch upon the race start.
Yeah, hopefully we'll...
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Thank you. I see that Alonso's starting on the soft tires, so I wonder if he's gone with the alternate strategy. That's a strange one. But we're going to be around the likes of Lando Norris, Alonso, Oscar Pistari, and Pierre Gasly. Here comes the rest of the field back to the start-finish line. Let's just see how fast we can get this race done, and hopefully we don't have to worry about, you know, too much rear grip issues. But hey, at least we don't have to realign our start or whatnot. But anyway, here come the rest of the pack. Just gonna wait on them to get into their positions. There's Verstappen and Perez. There's our teammate Leclerc, and there's George Russell. I think we had an update to this game because I have this white paint scheme, which is actually pretty cool. So we'll see if we can get some good points here. A good finish here will help us when we go to the next race, which I believe will be Baku. But here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go, go, go! Oh, what a great start right here. We're going to be right into the thick of it. I had to really back off the gas there to avoid hitting Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton. Because if I had hit Lewis Hamilton, I sure would have been killed if I went to Great Britain. Now here we go, up into the first couple of corners again. Go way down onto the corner, and we'll make the pass on Lewis Hamilton. See you, goodbye. But now, this is where things are going to get a little bit awkward. How many more positions can we get up there? Because, I'll tell you, the car was just not very good in practice. Plus, you know, there's like little to no grip out here. So let's see what we can do. Onto the overtake. Lewis Hamilton's going to try and make it to the outside. He's going to... Oh boy. He got a brilliant pass on us there, but here comes Lando Norris and the other McLaren cars. We're going to try and take it down to the inside. We did cut a little bit right there.
Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward.
Yeah, easier said than done, because right now the car is just very, very, very bad. Right now, I can't even keep it on the track. Because I'm also too afraid to hit the gas, because I'll just spin out right here on the spot. Oh, we couldn't get through there. Man, the brakes just did not want to play nice. So now we're back here in the 6th position with Max Verstappen getting the fastest lap. Let's see if we can take that back, possibly, but we'll have to see. Although it is still pretty early, and of course those cars up ahead do have the soft tires, and we're back here on the mediums. But we are going to be switching to the hards once we get to our only pit stops. So I think some of those cars are running on the alternate strategy. And of course, once we get on the hards, we know how well we do there. So probably don't have to worry too much about everything. But I've been having so many grip issues. It's like a joke how much this track is so bad at grip. But right now we hold sole possession of 6th place as we stay ahead of the McLarens. Make our way through these corners a little bit better now. There we go. It looks like that we have some better grip now, but I don't know if that's all that we can do with this car. Because I know that this car needs a lot of help. And I even traded from a different setup as well. So I'm wondering if maybe like somewhere between practice and qualifying and the race itself, which we're in right now, the car actually had a little bit of a change. Anyway, coming off of the corner, let's see what this lap is going to do. Are we going to be able to beat Max Verstappen?
DRS
Nope.
is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I mean, if anything, I would like to take away that fastest lap, just so that we can get that extra point, because wherever we finish, we can take that extra point with us. There's Lewis Hamilton up ahead. We seem to be closing the gap a little bit on Lewis Hamilton. That is up until that rear end decided to kick out on me. Which is, if anybody knows a fix for that, please comment down below.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Yeah, I got it. We can use this to close in on Lewis Hamilton, who currently has a 1.2 second lead ahead of us. This will be a battle for the 5th position. Let's see what happens. We're going to go ahead and take off that. Get through this chicane. And we're closing the gap very well on Lewis Hamilton. So I think the soft tires are definitely good for the first few laps, but then after that, you have to be really cautious with them. Now we make our way through the couple of corners. And also remember, we are a little bit better than the Mercedes. But when we get further into the season, I'm sure that we can turn this right side round. All right, here we go. We are now closing the gap here on Lewis Hamilton. We should get the DRS down this straightaway. Lewis Hamilton tries to make a move, but will not be able to do it. And now put us into the 5th position. Brakes hard, and we got the fastest lap award back to us, which is awesome. So move us up into the 5th position. As I think what's happened now is that the game is finally realizing that, you know, hey, the track is starting to rubber in. We're getting a lot more grip, which is great news. So now all we gotta do is just be nice and cozy here. We don't have to worry too much about the win right now, because even if we have a not so good finish right here, still we'll be okay. Because right now my teammate Charles Leclerc is currently in the 2nd position. So Verstappen's leading, Leclerc is 2nd, Perez 3rd, 4th is Russell, and we're currently hanging out here in the 5th position. So it's currently a double Ferrari points day. But let's make sure we keep it this way as we work lap number 5 coming up next time by. But we're slowly going to start reeling in George Russell here a little bit, because now I'm starting to figure out kind of like where the car is most happy. So maybe we might be able to pull off something. I know we were able to do it back in the Alpine days, but let's see what this little Ferrari can do. Alright, off the straightaway, a little too far away to grab the DRS off of George Russell. And it looks like nobody's going to get that fast lap again.
Teammate ahead is 3.1 seconds.
Alright, so we're only 3 seconds behind our teammate George Russell. Charles Leclerc. I don't know why I keep saying George Russell. So anyway, we're going to be closing the gap. I see George Russell, I see Sergio Perez. And I think that Perez is going to be holding up George Russell a little bit. We should be able to catch up to these guys once we get a little bit more overtake and not screw up the car like that. But it seems like the grip is getting better. All right, now we've closed the gap on George Russell. Let's see if we can use a little bit of DRS here. We should be within that. Here we go, DRS activated, but I don't think that's going to be enough to really get there. Not going to use a little bit of overtake, but it is going to make us a little bit closer to these bunch. There we go. Now we've closed the gap on the Butler, and another DRS zone. I forgot about this zone. Let's see what we can do. Are we gonna shove it up towards the inside? We are! We go to Sergio Perez. That's not what I want to do. 3 wide for the corner. George Russell now tries the bottom, but he's not gonna get it. Wow. Okay, if that had happened in the real race, I think right now I would have been penalized. I would have been roasted and toasted by David Crofty, and I think I would end up fried. But we're now up into the 3rd position. Holy mackerel. This is about as high as I've been all weekend. Well, all race weekend, that is. But right now, we're denying Sergio Perez of a podium spot, and meanwhile, my teammate Charles Leclerc is just right there, trying to see if he can get close enough to Max Verstappen to try and make the pass. Oh, this is going to be awesome, everybody. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the first pit stop yet, and already race has gone a lot better than practice and qualifying has. I mean, if we can keep this up, then we might actually be able to pull out both championships, but we'll see. Meanwhile, down the straightaway, Charles Leclerc should have the overtake, but I don't think it's going to. I mean, the DRS, but we'll see. So right now, I'm just kind of sitting back here and enjoying the view while I watch my teammate and Max Verstappen, the reigning series champion, do his thing. And you know, too, I just had a weird thought. Oh, look at that! Charles Leclerc makes the pass on Max Verstappen! Charles Leclerc is now the race leader. Holy mackerel! I think the Ferraris are showing what we're made of. Alright, now let's see if we can get past Max Verstappen. Verstappen, I respect you as a champion. Oh, look at this. All the two of us have the DRS, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to be going down here in the turn 1 and 2. I'm going to spin way back there. because I'm going to be a little respectful for this one. Oh my god, how many DRS zones are there? Is there like 4? I don't think I even caught it, but I can't do anything right here, so I'm just going to ride right here for right now. No need to panic, no need to worry right now, and no need to use up our stuff, because we know that we have a pit stop coming up here pretty soon. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do an instant flashback there, because yikes. And yes, one of the things that we're doing is that we are going to allow flashbacks, just so that we don't...
That looks
Wow.
bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're okay.
Yeah, no, we're not going... Yeah, nope. We are not retiring from this race. We are going to... We're gonna reboot it right here. Just be really cautious here. Don't do anything foolish. There we go. Because, come on, man. And we're only going to use the flashbacks if we really need to. And at that point, we absolutely needed to, because I want to stay up here and try to see what we can do. Now, we are losing a little bit of time because of the fact that both of them have the DRS. Now, Max Verstappen will have the DRS on my teammates. We'll have to see how well he goes through there. But let's see what happens here. We are going to have the DRS coming up here. Are we going to be able to lunge it into the corner? I don't think so. I think we're a little too far back for that. So let's just go ahead and just be right here. Verstappen tried to make an opportunity happen there, but it's not going to work. All right, we are going to have the DRS. Wow, everybody's just literally parking the bus here. I don't know why. I don't know why they decided to park the bus, but here we go. Now we have the DRS open. We're going to flick it down here. Max Verstappen's right out there on the outside. He's not going to make it easy for us. Here we go to turn 1. Don't hit your teammate. Oh, we bump into Max Verstappen. Verstappen gives us a little bit of contact right there, but he will go to he will go to third place, and now it's a Ferrari 1-2. Oh, look at this. Look at this, everybody. Take a picture of this. I don't even care which order it is right now. The fact that Charles Leclerc is right in front of me and I'm right behind him, you know what? I'm not even going to really attempt to do anything with my teammate. I'm just gonna kind of ride back here for right now, because you know what? Charles Leclerc has had so much bad luck, you know, at some of these races. He needs some time in the sunshine. So here we are. We're right here behind him. Just don't need to be. We don't need to be too stupid with him or anything like that. All we gotta do is just keep these guys behind us. Now, even though Max Verstappen will most likely finish on the podium there, and I had to kind of slow down a little bit just to make sure that I didn't hit my teammate or anything, but that'll mean Max Verstappen will get the DRS on us once we come back here to the start-finish line, but it's going to be a little bit tricky to see what happens here with this. As we come off of the start, as we come off here onto the straightaway, he's definitely going to get the DRS open, but let's see if we can mitigate a little bit of that. Yeah, there was just nothing that he could have done. I overshoot. I fucked it. I fucked it up right there because I was looking too much in my rearview mirror. So Charles Leclerc continues to go forward, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We can catch back up to him. Because we do have a pretty fast car right now. These Ferraris are really good. I'm just glad that this is not the first race of the year. Because if this had been, I think it would have been really not so good. Meanwhile, I can see that Max Verstappen is, you know, trying to catch up to us, but can't get it done through that sector. Meanwhile, my teammate Charles Leclerc has a 2.5-second lead ahead of us. We're going to use a little bit of the overtake here. Here comes Max Verstappen to the outside. He uses the DRS.
That's us down a place.
All right, he uses it, but we say, no way, Jose. Or we should say, no way, Verstappen, and we take it away from him again. So we're kind of in a little bit of buzz box here. And I also see, too, that George Russell has also joined the party. So cool, the Butler is coming back. In fact, that's actually an in-joke I have with some of my friends, because doesn't George Russell look like a butler to you? And no, it's not because he's British, okay? The British aren't the only ones that can have butlers, you know? Anyway, let's get through these corners. I can feel that the tires are really starting to wear because I can't put the power down anymore, and I think this was where I was having the biggest problems, because I think right now the car is just all over the goddamn joint. So what we gotta do is we gotta fight for control here while we wait for the pit stop to take place. And we'll just let our teammate stay up there. So he's currently got a 3.2 second lead. Here comes Max Verstappen to the inside. We're going to give him the inside. He's going to get the inside. But let's see if we can do a crossover right here. We dip underneath there. We did not exceed the track limits there, quote unquote. But now here we go through that through the Pirelli this Pirelli area, and it's going to be a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Meanwhile, Sergio Perez is trying to keep the butler behind him.
Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
Yeah, no crap, Sherlock. Yeah, no crap, Sherlock. I got a lot of less grip, but we are closing the gap slowly on our teammate. I just want to get a little bit closer to him, just so
We're
that...
approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Alright, so we already know that we're going to be on the hards, so we might as well just go ahead and just kind of hang here for a bit. Nobody's really challenging us. Nobody's really in DRS range. Let's just go ahead and hang right here. Just kind of relax. And we know we got the pit stop coming up. This is one of the things about, you know, racing that is a very important thing to remember. Is that you don't want to race too hard. Now we're teammates and we're running 1-2. I can just as easily go up there and see if I can do anything with, you know, Charles Leclerc. But because we're right here in a good position, it would mean a double Ferrari podium. So sometimes you got to think big picture. So in this division anyway, since it's not NASCAR, if your teammate is leading and you're back here in second and it's this early in the season, let them go ahead and have some fun in the sun.
I've got some information on Hamilton for you. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Ooh. Is Lewis Hamilton going to be out of the Australian GP? Ah! Wow. Lost the rear end there because we went down the second gear. But ooh. I wonder if he's really going to be out of the Grand Prix. I mean, that would be pretty nice. You can see right here, this is where we keep losing the spots, or keep losing time, but everybody else is losing time too, as Sergio Perez now gets around Max Verstappen for the third position. And currently we are holding second and the fastest lap award too. Gotta be nice and easy through these corners. It seems like we're better in the corners than we are on the straightaways when it comes to me and my teammate Leclerc. Because one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if we can get this car to act sort of like the Alpine did, where it was really, really stout in the corners. Like here, like at some of the other tracks, at some of the more technical tracks, we could actually pick them off based on the aero combined with the speed. But I know that the Alpine was, you know, not as strong at the beginning of the year, but then after a while we were able to be okay. Oh, wow. Almost had a little issue there, as now Max Verstappen comes to pit road.
In this lap, push now.
Alright, so we're going to be coming in this time by, it looks like. Or we might push it to the next lap. Now, here's where pit strategy is going to be a little bit of a weird deal. We do not want to double stack. Double stacking is not good. So I think we have the go-ahead to come into pit road, which means that our teammate Charles Leclerc will be kept out here for at least one more lap or so, and then we'll bring the car to pit road and get those fresh hards on this car. And then when the lead cycles back, we should be 1-2 once again. Right now we don't have to push too hard in terms of this. There we go. Nice and easy through the corner. Nice and easy over the hump. Don't get too messed up. These cars do have lower downforce than they did in F1 21, so that's why these cars are having a little bit tougher time around here. Plus, it does feel just a touch slower than what we used to do. Alright, so here we go, everyone. We're coming out of the final couple of corners, and now we're going to come to pit road. Alright, so our teammate Charles Leclerc stays out on track. In we come. Into the pits we must go. E-I, E-I, E-I. Oh my. Look at that. Look at that beautiful car. Off come the mediums, on go the hards. And we had to be waited. I mean, we had to wait.
Really smooth. Ferrari, no doubt, very happy with that stop.
Yeah, but holy mackerel.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
But wow, that was quite interesting. So I believe that was George Russell that went with that. Now I just noticed too that the tire span of these is basically 20 laps. Did we come in too soon? I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Hopefully we don't have to come back in for another time. But right now we have put ourselves in the
Ferrari drivers in first place.
Nice. So we put ourselves in 5th place, which is just fine. We just gotta. Oh my God! Max Verstappen gave us a nice little hit there, and we got a warning because of a collision, despite the fact that he did it side by side. We're on the outlap. He's still right there. I don't know if that would have been a penalty in real life, but hey, we have the stronger tires, so now let's get through here. It'll take a few laps for these hards to kick back in. But right now in front of us is Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, and now Charles Leclerc's on pit road.
Is in for his stop now.
So he's currently on pit road. Now we have to see how much time that we lose to him, because we did end up getting borked a little bit, courtesy of George Russell. So now let's see what happens here with this. As I took it in there in the 4th gear. Let's see where our teammate is going to hold out, or are we going to have the lead? Let's see what happens. I think that's Leclerc coming out of pit road right now. Shouldn't be too far away from him, but I think he holds onto the race lead, and we continue to keep our position. But now Oscar Piastri is now 2nd, and I'm wondering if it's because he's on the alternate strategy. But keep in mind that with that alternate strategy, the ones that took the mediums are going to have to come back in at least one more time. So that might be a temporary 2nd place. So we'll see what happens here, but we are going to have the DRS going up here to Oscar Piastri. Now we'll just see what we can do here. I don't think we can do anything right here in this area. Yeah, no, there's nothing that we can do because, you know, now we're right here. We're at our max speed, which I think I'm going to have to figure out.
Okay,
here we go.
Gap to the car behind. 1.8 seconds.
And now here we go. We're going to go underneath Oscar Piastri. He's going to give us the line. We're going to go right to him. Take the overtake. And now put us back in the 2nd position. Alright. So now that we have this, I did say, though, you know, to let our teammate have some fun. But you know what? I know that this would break our winless streak, but we would still have another streak alive, which would mean we would keep this thing going. We keep the whole thing. Now Piastri is in victory lane. So now he's in victory.
Car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
Yep. So now it looks like the top 5 has actually continued here. I actually thought that Oscar Piastri was supposed to was going to be up there a bit more, but not so much. Alright, so now we can kind of ride out here and see if we can just keep ourselves in 2nd place, or at least, you know, get us close enough to Leclerc that we can, you know, have some fun. Use a little bit of our overtake here as we make our way through the corner. So far, so good. And we're also slowly closing the gap to 1.7 seconds right now. You can see the speed difference there. We're down to like 195 because of the fact that we don't have DRS. We almost bork it there. And you know what, too? I kind of forget what our next race is. It's probably Baku. or it's probably Miami. I actually forget. It's most likely Baku, so we'd be going to Azerbaijan, a track where, if you remember last time we were there, we were pretty screwy over there. It's also the only time, I think, that somebody other than us won, which is kind of strange. But right now we're holding a good 2.2 gap between me and my teammate Leclerc, and Verstappen's currently in third. If we can get a Ferrari double podium, or a Ferrari double point podium, that'll help us in the constructors title, but this will also help us in the drivers title too. We can stay up ahead of the Red Bull cars, and then the one lone Mercedes, George Russell. Tell you what, I'm noticing that I'm actually going purple through that first sector, which is pretty cool. See if we can use a little bit of this overtake. And now let's come flying down here into the corner. Little squirrely there. See if we can get a full race update.
Okay, you sat in P2, and gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, and Verstappen's behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 5.9 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 13 laps to go.
Alright, so we got 13 laps to go now. You know what? I think let's go ahead and try and chase down Charles Leclerc a little bit and see if we can't put ourselves a little bit closer to him, or see if we can't get closer to him to even have a shot at victory lane. Or we could just stay right here. It's early enough in the season that I don't think we have to worry about, you know, it's early enough in the season. If this was like late in the going, and I was battling my teammate, then yes, I would definitely be going for that championship. But for right now, this is just pure teamwork for this Italian team. And when I came to Ferrari, I definitely wanted to take this team back to its former glory. And looks like me and Leclerc are going to do that, are possibly going to do just that. But we still got plenty of laps to go. Lots of stuff can change between now and then. And we'll keep an eye on everybody, as, you know, right now, a lot of these drivers, in fact, Verstappen played the same strategy, but I don't think he's got a strong enough car. I think some of those adjustments that we did to the car, as well as also some of the R&D that we've been doing with this car, has been truly amazing. Ooh, got a little bit squirrely there, but now we're almost within DRS distance. In fact, now we're in the DRS, but looks like we don't have the DRS, which is kind of strange. Probably it's because when we got towards the activation point, it didn't register, or maybe we were just too far away. But now we've closed the gap here on Charles Leclerc. Again, like I said, we're just gonna keep ourselves right here in second. Don't need to worry too much about, you know, doing too much with him. Because right now a Ferrari 1-2 is really good. Now this is where this is actually where we were the strongest. In fact, in practice, this is where we were the weakest, to be totally honest here. But I think we discovered something in practice that really helped us. And besides, the further we go, the better we'll be. So right now, Leclerc is leading, as you can see. Then there's me in second place. Then you have Sergio Perez third, Verstappen fourth, and Lewis Hamilton fifth. Which I guess.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
We need to get past here, bro. It's my teammate. I know we can finish it both ways, but I'm not going to. I really don't think I'm gonna pass him. I think I'm gonna let him have some fun here. So you know what? I'm pretty content.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 a lap.
I'm pretty content right now because I just wanted to finish this race, and you know what? This will guarantee us this will more than likely guarantee us a double Ferrari podium. Because here's the problem. right now, Leclerc is out there and he's setting the pace. I'm just following him. So as long as I stay in his draft, or in his tow, or slipstream, or however you say it in your country, we're slowly pulling away from Sergio Perez and the two Mercedes cars. So to be totally fair, if I were to pass his teammate, if I was to pass Leclerc right now, then that would mean that he would fall way back. And he probably would fall into the clutches, which would still be a Ferrari podium, but, you know, I think it'd be better to have a Ferrari 1-2, don't you people think? And besides, this'll be a good points day no matter what. Ooh, got a little bit loosey-goosey there. Alright, let's have a little fun here with the DRS. Ooh, Leclerc's going a little slower.
Some information on Magnussen for you. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, so that's something I did not want to have happen. I don't know why Leclerc came off of there so slow, but as you can see, Kevin Magnussen's out of the race. But man, I nearly fucked it. I nearly screwed the pooch here. Jeez. Okay, let's regroup a little bit. Let's regroup. Don't do anything foolish again like that. Just keep it up. But yikes! Why is Leclerc having such an issue? I hope that his tires are not going bad, because he doesn't have to use them too much. Well, anyway, that little issue that I had and that we had closed the gap with Sergio Perez, which means Perez was about 9 seconds, or 8 to 9 seconds behind us. Now he's 6.5 seconds, but we're going to slowly get that back up there. Now, there was something I was wondering about earlier that I couldn't get out of my mouth. I'm wondering, if we end up winning the championship, we end up winning the Drivers' Championship with Ferrari, does this mean that the next season, if we decide to do one, do we get to wear the 1? Like, do we get to wear the number 1? Because that would be kind of fun. Because I know that my number in this series is 46. Which is a pretty neat number. Has a little bit of significance behind it if you look it up. Oh boy. So right now we're a full second behind, well, almost a full second behind our teammate. Perez continues to hold third, and Lewis Hamilton and George Russell.
Push. Gap to the car behind. 6.8 seconds.
Gotcha. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell continue to hold down 4th and 5th, so it'll be a good points day for them. However, I just realized that Max Verstappen's nowhere to be found in the top 5, so he must have had an issue or something. Yeah, there he is. He's way back in line. Something tells me that he probably had an issue and kind of just fell back behind the McLarens. And you can see that everybody's now spaced out here. In fact, I don't think... Yeah, there's the other Haas car, I think. We're not going to catch up to him. I don't... Or at least I don't think. We'll see. As we continue our race here, should be about 6 laps to go at this point. Just taking it nice and easy and concentrating as much as I can, just to make sure that we don't have any issues. Now, like I said, I do have the car to beat Leclerc, but at this point in time, I just want it to be a 1-2. I don't care which order it is. Because the fact that we can put double Ferraris on the podium, that is going to be cool. Now we'll get the DRS here once again. And, you know, we're coming up to some pretty interesting tracks, but when we get past, you know, the places like Baku and also Miami and things like that, like, we're going to be going to our first time in Miami. Once we get past those and we get to, like, the stretch of tracks that involve Canada, COTA, and a bunch of these other ones, we're going to be extremely quick there. Especially especially in Austria. Nice and easy through here. Don't go over the humps. And see, we're just running a very nice race here. Just don't have to do anything foolish. We'll close the gap a little bit more on Leclerc here. We just continue to ride here in the second position. Just keeping ourselves here, but also
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Valtteri Bottas is out of the race. He's in the Alpha, which is now back to being called a Sauber. Because I think Alpha ended its partnership with the Sauber team, and I believe come 2026, the Audi name will take it over. So I guess it's either going to become the Audi F1 team, or it's going to be called Audi Sauber. Who knows? Come on, baby. Come on.
Yellow flag.
Whoa, yikes. A little late there, buddy, but we knew there was going to be something over there. Now, for those that are brand new for the series, anytime when a car has to retire from the race, if it's not wrecked, if it's a mechanical issue, they usually are told to retire at the pits. However,
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
However, if it turns out to be where you cannot get back to pit road, then they will retire on the other side of the road, and then you have to be taken back to the actual care center to make sure you're fine, and then you do the interview. Alright, 5 laps to go. Let's just be nice and careful here. And boy, anytime I get too far into him, it's like I have a little problem there. For some reason we got the DRS again, which is not really a helpful bit to us, but that's okay.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
Ooh. Wonder if we're going to be okay. Wonder if we're going to be okay for the rest of the thing, because the FIA wants to take a fuel sample from the cars to make sure that there was no additives or anything that would make us be a little too good. But we're Ferrari. We don't deal in scandals. Do we? Anyway, getting through the chicanes here. Australia is really beautiful. I especially love how there's like tons of palm trees and trees all over the track and everything. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like how Road America does their trees. Just that, you don't have to worry about, anything shedding onto the track. And this place is kind of a fun track. Melbourne is a very great place. Alright, so now let's see here. Here we are. We are now right behind Charles Leclerc. We do have the DRS, but I'm going to go ahead and just swoop down here. Had to back off big time to kind of cut the DRS off. So we're just going to let Leclerc do his thing. And not only that too, but we're saving a little bit of fuel as well. Oh, baby. He really parked the bus there. Nice through there. God, those shadows are getting worse every time that we get through there. But now here we go. We're gonna have the DRS again, which is kind of a weird spot to have the DRS. Like this is like if you wanted to play chicken or something like that. Okay, went over those humps.
Tyre condition still looking good.
That's good. Yeah, these hard tires are really doing well. Plus, the way that these tracks are going, it's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what's going to happen at Miami and Qatar, which is going to be somewhere down the road. But also, we get to drive the new Las Vegas circuit too, which should be really neat. Well, you can see right there that we had to be really careful. We make our way out of the corner. Now we got the DRS once again. We're going to be completing lap 27 of 29. I haven't even checked to see like how good our stuff is. And as you can see, still fairly good, but it looks like the internal combustion engine is starting to show some wear. as well as our gearbox too, which means that
Right,
we'll
we've
have
got
to...
enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Okay, that's fine, because we'll have 2 laps to go this time by. But it looks like that all of our stuff, the control units, or the control electronics is still fine. But we might have to keep an eye on the gearbox and the ICE, which is probably going to hurt us. It's probably going to hurt us down the road here. But, you know, I don't even know, like, what the wear and tear is, like, on these particular cars. The good news is that we most likely will not take a grid penalty anywhere in this season, because there's a little bit more than what we normally do. Slowed down a little bit there to allow for teammate Leclerc to not have any issues. Kind of messed up my line there because I was also looking at the numbers. But you know what? I'm going to keep this up here so we can kind of analyze it over these last couple of laps, as we now will hit 2 laps of racing to go. I'll go and burn off a little bit of this energy here.
Gap to the car ahead is around 2 seconds.
That's fine. We can catch back up and make it be a little bit better. Use a little bit of overtake again. And we're draining a lot of overtake, I can see. Okay, nice and easy through there. I think it was because I was just using a much lower gear through that corner. Alright, we're closing the gap here on our teammate Charles Leclerc. But we don't have to worry too much about passing him with 2 laps of racing to go. This is going to be a great double points day for us, as we continue to work our way through the track. Here we go, everyone. We're going to make it through those final couple of corners. Thankfully, though, those did not give us a penalty or whatnot. But we also have regained ourselves back up to him. This is where we had the issue originally. But here we go. We're going to be coming out of the final couple of corners, and Charles Leclerc is going to ride off into the sunset. And of course, I go off course because the brakes were fucked up. Anyway, here we go. White flag is out, presented by Ally Bank.
Final lap. Push, push.
Yep, thank you very much. We don't have to push too much. But boy, I just don't know why the car just would not stop back there. But I would like to be a little bit closer to my teammates, but it looks like that's not going to be happening unless we can really make up some time here, but I don't think that's going to be the case. But still, this is going to be a great points day for us. So let's just keep this car on track and just see what we can do.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
That's fine, because all we need is half a lap, and we'll be just fine. I use a little bit of our overtake. Can't really use too much of it because otherwise the car will just bark out. So let's see if we can catch up to him. We go ahead and we take that little bit of a corner cut, which screwed us over a little bit, but that's okay because we got sole possession of 2nd place. And we also have the fastest lap of the race as well. Let's make it through these final couple of corners. But here we go. Coming out of the final couple of corners, it's a Ferrari double. A Ferrari double points day. Ay, ay, ay. Charles Leclerc will take home the win in the Australian GP and will cross the line in 2nd place. Alright, whew!
Yes, thank you. Thank you for all your hard work out there. That was a really strong drive and a great finish. Well done.
And look at that, we got driver of the day too. Ha ha! Get in there, Ferrari.
So another excellent win from Ferrari. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they managed their tyres to absolute perfection. A tyre whisperer, in fact. And that is what set them apart.
A tire whisperer. That's cool. That's really cool.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Yep. And only one Red Bull driver there, and it was Sergio Perez. Well done, Leclerc. Well done. We came home second, but hey, that's fine. And now, the spray of the champagne. Enjoy it, guys. All the red, and then there's the Red Bull Blue. that was fun. That was really cool.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. The scientist increases their championship lead. So then, Natalie Pinkham, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on track today, weaving through the competition with ease.
Let's move on to the constructors. Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Look at that. 47 points ahead of the Red Bulls. And then over here, look at that. 2 points separate Perez and Leclerc. Meanwhile, we're now a full race ahead of Sergio Perez. So that would mean this. If me and Perez do not get the fastest lap at the next race, and Perez wins and I don't score any points, he can tie me. Oh my goodness. So there's the finishing order right there, at least for this area. You can see that the what is it? The Williams cars are actually showing a wheel. But boy, look at that. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Hamilton, Russell, and Lando Norris. Quite a crazy deal. And then the Australian Oscar Piastri finishes back in the 7th position. But look at that. So that's awesome. That's a really great tally right there. Ooh, that was good. That was really good. A dozen pieces. Okay then. Well, we also did finish ahead of Perez, so that means we do get a little bit better with our rivalry, I guess. All right. Well, that's going to be our next race right there, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And look at that beautiful car. Man, I love the colors of that. That looks so awesome. Well, can we put it back in victory lane? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to comment and also subscribe as well. I'll see you guys next time we run the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Until then, take care.